they're going through the picks and bans really quickly. This is like the 4th time we're creating this lobby, but it's okay because you're finally gonna get to see this amazing game between Nexus and Clueless in the Indian League Gaming Tournament. So they have quickly banned some champions, and they are picking their champions at a very quick speed because everybody just wants to get into this game right now. The excitement has been building up, and people are looking forward to this game. So ultimate target with the J6, Terminator 7 with the Orianna pick for the mid lane, Redemar with the Ezreal AD carry, best Rammus SCA with the Jarvan jungle, Deathsaw picking the Leona support. Over on the purple team, which is Clueless Gaming, we've got King Bradley with the Wukong jungle, Forbidden Requiem with Twisted Fate in the mid lane, Irelia by SWAT 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top lane, and Invincible is Graves AD carry. Panda in pocket is going to be playing Blitzcrank support. Looking at the summoner spell choices, we've got a flash and teleport on the Jace, which would be which is actually really interesting on Jace. I mean, he would be looking forward to teleporting to the bot lane to make plays. Over on the other team, Irelia has also opted for the same summoner spells, so she is going to be teleporting over to the bot lane as well. So these dragon fights, bot lane fights, and things like these need to be set up. And with teleport, you also get a lot of split pushing potential because you can just split push and you can join your team when they get into a fight. So that's where the teleport choice comes from for both these top laners. On the mid lane, we've got Orianna, who has on the blue team, on the Nexus gaming team, we've got Orianna, who has opted for flash and pretty standard. Although on the other team, Clueless Gaming, we've got Twisted Fate, who has Flash and Ghost, so he's going to be looking to kite and escape, and of course to chase. So Flash and Exhaust, pretty interesting on Twisted Fate. Looking at the AD carries, we've got an Ezreal on the blue team, Nexus Gaming, and he has chosen Flash and Heal, which is the standard these days, and Graves has opted for Flash and Heal as well. On the supports, we have an Ignite coming in from Leona, which is actually quite interesting. I mean, I personally, when I play support, I just go for the Exhaust because it's such a nice spell right now. But an Ignite, I mean, I think they have some sort of a strategy going on in here. So Ignite works for support as well. A lot of KSing potential, as some of our low elo friends would say. And we've got Panda in pocket on the Blitzcrank over on the Clueless Gaming team, who has a Flash and Exhaust. So the Exhaust spell really good right now. I mean, it really helps shut down the enemy AD carry. I'm gonna just take a quick look at the runes on Jace. I can see here that he has a 1 second. I'm just gonna. Okay, he's got a full AD page, 15 physical damage, 9 armor, and 12 magic resist. So he's going for that poke. I believe he wants to poke Irelia down. Over on Irelia, I don't really have a lot of time to do this. I'm just gonna go do this really quickly. Irelia also has more or less the same. She has some cooldown reduction blues though, some cooldown reduction glyphs that's gonna help her get her cooldowns off quickly. Besides that, it's basically same as Jace, 15 physical damage, 9 armor, and 5.4 magic resist. Jace doesn't really do a lot of. He does some magic damage, but not a lot of it. So it's all right. I mean, it's a choice that can be understood that she doesn't want to invest too much in the MR. And looking at the mid lane matchup, I've got Orianna here. I'm just gonna quickly take a look at what she has. She's got 9 armor, 7.8 magic penetration, 15 ability power, and 12 magic resist on her runes, which is pretty standard, I would say. They've got some magic penetration, got some AP, so it's all right. I mean, it's nothing too out of meta. Although we've got, oh my god, Twisted Fate has gone for minus 15% cooldown reduction at level 18. That's pretty solid. He's going for the long game, 216 health at level 18. So it's going to be pretty interesting getting into the game now. So Yep, this mid lane Twisted Fate rune page, man, this is something else. I mean, let's see how it works out for Forbidden Requiem, and we are getting into the game now. I can see on my screen that everyone's connecting properly, which is a good sign considering we are this. Borders have come out. We got 2 golds, 3 platinum borders on the Nexus Gaming team, and Clueless Gaming, of course, with the 3 gold players, a platinum player, and a diamond player in Forbidden Requiem. The skins battle, as I always discuss, is 2 skins on Nexus Gaming's team, and we've got 2 skins on Clueless Gaming's team as well. So the skin battle is more or less even here. It and Graves on the same team. I mean, that's according to the lore, Graves and Twisted Fate are actually sworn enemies. They used to be best friends, and then Twisted Fate kind of deceived Graves and became this like he deceived Graves and acquired magical powers, and Graves, he just wants to avenge whatever. I think he Twisted Fate kind of I think he left him in prison or something, betrayed him. So Graves just wants to avenge. So this is a little interaction in the lore between Twisted Fate and Graves. But here, Clueless Gaming has picked them in the same team, so it's gonna be fun to watch how this synergy goes. Nightblade Irelia skin on Sword 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one of my favorite skins. Actually, it's really beautiful, and I believe they've redone the artwork recently, so it looks even better. Jade Dragon Wukong, one of those classic skins, man. This skin never gets old. Bladecraft Oriana, Warring Kingdoms down for. And here we go. The match has now started. Everybody's raring to go. Everyone's on the Nexus, just looking forward to getting into this game. The starting item choices on the Nexus gaming team, we can see Jace has gone for the Doran's Blade and the potion, Oriana with the Doran's Ring, a potion, Ezreal with the Doran's Blade, Jarvan with the Hunter's Machete, and Leona with the Relic Shield. So she's going to be going in for those executes, and as we can see, Clueless Gaming going in for that early invade. But this bush has been warded. Redemar might get caught here. Actually, Redemar, the Ezreal picks Arcane Shift, and Arcane shifts out of there to safety. This is actually, so now since he has started with E, that's actually an advantage for Clueless Gaming here, because Clueless Gaming's bot lane will not need to fear Ezreal's Q damage early on, which is actually quite significant. I mean, if I look here, it does about 105 damage, 115 damage. 115 damage on his Q, that's a lot. So considering that they've forced Ezreal to pick his E early on because he had to escape there, they're gonna be safe from the Q damage for a while. Apart from this, nothing much going on the map right now. Blitzcrank trying for the grab, but nobody was in that brush. Over on the Clueless Gaming's team, we've got Irelia starting with Crystalline Flask, Doran's Ring on Twisted Fate, Hunter's Machete, of course, on the Wukong. And the junglers have started. Gromp is being taken by Best Ramos SEA, and the Gromp on the other side has been taken by Wukong. So this Gromp start has been introduced in this season. And as we can see, Jace and Jarvan going in on the blue team, going in for that red steal, but this bush has been warded. So the purple team is gonna. Purple team will know that Jarvan has taken that red buff, has stolen that red buff rather, and I believe Wukong is gonna head straight for the enemy red here. Yep, Wukong is gonna head for the red and hopefully can get it. I mean, Jarvan, I'm not sure what Jarvan's doing. I think he's headed over to his red now, so actually this might be an early problem. Let's see what happens. Over at the bottom lane, a little bit of back and forth going on. Not much though. I think the damage dealt was pretty much equal. Now the red buff is being taken. Actually, it was taken by Twisted Fate in this case, and Best Ramos SCA on the Javan. Javan had to go back, but this can be doom for these. For the purple team, actually, purple team playing that very well, and that was the first blood for Wukong with an assist, of course, for Twisted Fate. So. And just as I was saying that, Leona walks in and helps Orianna pick up the kill on Wukong. So Wukong dying there. Both junglers dead. And yep, and that's the game. No buffs for anybody over at the bot lane. There is some back and forth going on. Graves doing a lot of damage to the Ezreal, but Blitzcrank's passive is, and I don't know. I think this the purple team is doing a really fine job so far, and even this bot lane trade more or less had been won by them. Although Leona with the executes healing some of the health back up. I mean, this item, Relic Shield, it heals you and your nearest ally for 40 health, so that's a little bit of health that obviously helps with these trades. And Leona, because she got that kill, now has that double buff on her. Twisted Fate with the red buff, of course, in the mid lane. Javan has just finished his blue buff, so he has a blue buff at least. Both the junglers have now headed over to the top lane for a gank. Irelia has been pushed up, so this can be a good gank for Wukong. He's standing in an unwarded brush, but I believe Javan had spotted him, so Jace knows that Wukong might be lurking nearby. So I believe he's gonna play a little safe. Over at the bot lane, Blitzcrank getting killed there by the Leona engage, and of course Leona with the red buff and the blue buff doing quite a bit of damage there, and that's a kill. That's second kill for Leona. Actually, Leona's the one getting fed here, and Leona goes in on the Graves, stunning him in the process. I think Graves is not gonna be able to make. Actually, he is gonna make it out safely because he had the heal. And Graves actually still has the flash, so it's good that he's saving that for a rainy day and not just letting it go out on an impulsive decision. The CS difference, there's not any difference between the two AD carries, although I believe Ezreal is going to take a slight lead here because Graves has been zoned out, but Blitzcrank is back in the bottom lane to try and help out as Graves gets some more farm, and yep. So not much else going on really. The score is 2-1 in favor of the blue team of the Nexus gaming team, and everything else is more or less stable right now in all the lanes. Javan level 4 is going inside the enemy jungle. Actually, he's just gonna place a ward and go back. There's farming going on throughout the map. The items that have been built now, a Sightstone on Leona, a Ruby Crystal on Blitzcrank, a Fiendish Codex on Twisted Fate, and Orianna, I believe, hasn't gone back yet, so she still has the starting items. The junglers both the junglers have got this their Stalker's Blade, which allows them to smite the enemy champions. So both junglers opting for the same item. Leona placing a ward in front of the dragon. As we all know, the first dragon is one of the most important objectives of this game now, with changes that have been made, because it gives you a boost in your attack damage and ability power, which is really helpful in early game skirmishes and early game duels. So one-on-ones become that much easier for a team that has picked up the first dragon. So yeah, the first dragon is going to be crucial. Over at the bot lane now, Leona with a very nice engage on the Graves, and but Blitzcrank with the hook, and Ezreal will just arcane shift away from that. So Leona really using that Zenith Blade, her E to a maximum advantage. She's been hitting them a lot in this game, and Leona will place another ward here. Ezreal getting chunked down by the Graves, but Leona with another engage. This time though, Blitzcrank will manage to get that hook off, but Graves is probably gonna die to that Leona ignite. And Leona with her third kill of this game, and another kill. This time it's gonna be for Ezreal. Ezreal picks up his first kill of the game. And the bot lane on Team Nexus Gaming is really doing a great job over at the top lane now. Orianna with a nice ultimate on Twisted Fate, but he just splashes away from that. Javan is gonna get killed here. I'm sorry, that was Irelia that was gonna get killed, and Irelia does manage to get killed by by Javan with help from Orianna, and I believe she also wasted a flash. So yeah, the flash has gone for. Is gone now for Irelia, and she cannot use that to make any more plays. Twisted Fate also using his flash there to get away. So yeah, flashes are down on both the top laners, I believe. Yes, both the top laners don't have their flashes. Both the mid laners don't have their flashes. Bot lane, both the AD carries have their flashes, and but there's a slight advantage because Leona has a flash, but Blitzcrank doesn't have a flash right now. So let's see where this takes us. The first dragon is still up. He's just sleeping it off. He's just waiting for somebody to come fight him. The junglers similarly leveled. 500 gold advantage on the blue team because they have 3 extra kills. Besides that, it's more or less going okay so far. The blue team has been instrumental in getting some more kills. Leona has been doing a great job over at the bot lane, but she should probably steal lesser kills because the AD carry would probably be interested in getting some more of those, some more of that goal, so he can just get through with his build faster. Ezreal seems to be going for that Trinity Force build, and Graves has built a pickaxe, so he probably wants to finish that Infinity Edge early on for that massive spike in damage, and of course the critical strike chance. Crits also strike for 250%, so having an Infinity Edge early on does give you a nice advantage over the other team. As long as they don't have a similar item, but Ezreal seems to be matching Graves in the build. The CS difference is massively in favor of Ezreal right now. He's up 20 CS, and Graves is trying his best to bridge that CS gap. Not quite sure how difficult or easy it's gonna be for him though, because Leona is just standing there, willing to go in at any opportunity. Leona's been a real menace to the purple team this game, so they're gonna have to watch out for her for the rest of this game. I mean, they can, if the purple team gives away any more kills in the bot lane, then that's probably gonna end up in a dragon for the blue team for Nexus Gaming. So Clueless Gaming is gonna have to make sure that they don't give away any more kills. They don't give away the advantage to Nexus Gaming. Over at the bot lane, Javan is coming in for a gank now. Blitzcrank coming in. He does not know what's in store for him, and TF will probably get caught here. Twisted Fate getting caught. King Bradley, the Wukong, is also here for the purple team, but I believe this might actually turn in favor of the blue team, but I think that was Yep, that wasn't wishful thinking, guys. It is turning in favor of the blue team now, because Ezreal is going full man mode here. Graves is gonna have to flash out of that one. Ezreal does not have a slash anymore. He just used it. So all flashes down all over the map except for Jace, and that trade actually went in favor. It was more or less an even trade, I believe. 2 kills. The blue team got more kills. The blue team got 3 kills from that. So yeah, going in favor of the blue team there. Over at the top lane, we see Irelia doing some damage to the turret. Another kill in the bot lane for the blue team. This time it was Orianna that killed Graves. I'm sorry, guys, there's just so much going on. It's hard to keep up with all the action around the map. Meanwhile, the purple team, Wukong and Blitzcrank, headed over towards the bot lane. Blitzcrank tried using his grab, but there was nobody there. Ezreal was long gone. Arcane shifted out of there. Leona and Wukong here with the ward war. Leona's probably going in for a gank there. Yeah, she's gonna try and help out. No, she can't, because TF is just too far away, so she's just gonna take some experience from there and move on to the bottom lane. Over there in the jungle, we see that Wukong is just clearing his wolves out. Twisted Fate doing a good job so far, although Oriana is actually matching him in the CS department pretty nicely. I mean, she has an equal amount of CS with enemy mid laner, so Oriana actually doing a pretty good job here at maintaining her CS. I'm sorry for that interruption, guys. The game has been paused right now. There was another kill over at the bottom lane. I believe that was a kill for Ezreal. Yes, it was a kill for Ezreal with Leona using her ultimate to its perfection against the Graves, and Graves dying for the third time in this game. The bot lane experience has not been too good for Graves and Blitzcrank because they've been getting killed a lot of times by the enemy bottom lane. And over at the top lane, we see that Javan was going in for a gank on SWAT 1 2 3 4, playing that Irelia, but not much came off of it, and just a little bit of pressure. The blue team doing a splendid job so far at maintaining lane pressure throughout all these lanes, be it the actually not except for the mid lane, because mid lane more or less is a stalemate. Both the mid laners doing an equally good job. Over at the bottom lane, we see Twisted Fate has come in for a gank, and this time they're probably gonna get a kill on Leona. They will not, because Red MR on the Israel is unstoppable. Managed to kill Twisted Fate because before Twisted Fate could do a lot of damage, and Blitzcrank had to flash out of there to safety. That was a really nice ultimate by Graves, and finally manages to kill Leona. Over at the top lane, we see that Wukong and Irelia together have killed the Jace. That was a gank by Wukong. So at the bottom lane, blue team coming out on top yet again. Even though they lost their support in the process, they did a good job. They did a good job of making sure that they bridged that gap, and they've got 2 kills in return for that. So Graves and Twisted Fate actually dying there. Twisted Fate had used his ultimate to get to the bottom lane. They were trying to make a good play, but didn't really work out in their favor. And the blue team now has taken the first dragon of this game, and the gold lead has started to become sizable. About 2,500 gold now in favor of the blue team. Over at the mid lane, we see that 4 members of the blue team are intent on taking down this mid turret, tanking it one by one. Leona's gonna be really tanky in this situation, and yep, they will be picking up the first turret of this game. On the purple team side, there's not much they can do to reply to that. Actually, not the first turret, this was the second turret. They had also taken the bottom lane turret, so 2 turrets now for the blue team, and no turrets currently have been taken by the purple team. So Clueless Gaming is actually looking a little bit clueless here, because they do not have an answer for all these surprise attacks and advances, and all these all these advances all over the map by Nexus Gaming. And Nexus Gaming actually doing a really good job at withholding all the pressure that was on them early game, and then coming out on top. So Nexus Gaming actually pretty good in this game so far. no turrets have been given away by Nexus Gaming to Clueless Gaming so far, but the top lane turret as well as the mid lane turret are actually less than 50% health. So one good gank on any of these lanes, or one good team fight is turn tides in the favor of the purple team. But it'll definitely help. It'll definitely help a long way. So over at the top lane, this team fight we were talking about, it might just happen. Actually, not a team fight; it will be a gang. Twisted Fate and Wukong are both getting into position to go in on that Jace. I think their objective is to kill the Jace and take that turret. And Wukong will go in on his on Jace, and they will just burst Jace down in a couple of seconds. That will be the first turret for the purple team for Clueless Gaming. Blue team's first turret going down in the top lane, and the blue team will take advantage of this, of having 3 people from the purple team in the top lane by attempting a push in the middle lane. Blitzcrank is just going to use his ultimate to try and reduce the wave. And at the bot lane, the blue team pushing on just 1 minion, though they don't really have minion support here. Blitzcrank with a grab that didn't really connect, unfortunately. Ezreal just chunking Blitzcrank down there. I mean, Blitzcrank actually, the items he has built are not really tanky. I mean, he just has 150 health from the side stone and boots of mobility. So Blitzcrank not really very tanky right now, and it's really. I mean, if Ezreal just decides to go all in on Blitzcrank, it's not going to be. And Blitzcrank Arcane shifting out of that hook once again. Twisted Fate is now here and could have stunned Orianna there, but did not do so. The fight is going on. A lot of kills happening. Javan 4 has died for the for the blue team. I'm sorry. And Ezreal picking up a kill on Blitzcrank. So one for one exchange so far. Purple team coming in from behind, and that's a Leona ultimate on Forbidden Requiem. The Twisted Fate dies to Orianna, and this team fight again going in favor of the blue team. Blue team losing only their Javan for jungler and managing to get 2 kills. 3 kills now it would have been actually, but Wukong managing to use his clone to get away to safety mode. Meanwhile, over at the top lane, Jace on the blue team doing a really good job at picking up another turret for his team. Ezreal has destroyed another turret for the purple team, and Blitzcrank actually missing yet another grab there. Orianna is gonna die here. Orianna overextending there. She shouldn't have done that. Probably wanted to get that last hit on the Blitzcrank. So we'll give away 1 kill in that process, and the 5th turret has now been picked up for the blue team, and Clueless Gaming finding it really hard now to sustain any of these of the aggression that is being laid down by the blue team by Nexus Gaming. Twisted Fate trying his hardest to make things happen, but in that team fight, I mean, if we go back and watch it, and Blitzcrank with another hook that didn't connect to its intended target. So in that team fight, I mean, Twisted Fate teleported in, used his ultimate to get an decided to actually use the red card. If you would have used if you would have used a gold card on the Orianna, I don't know. I mean, things might have been a little different. Blitzcrank missing hook after hook. Another hook has been missed by Leona. One thing I don't get is why would you hook a Leona into your team? I mean, it's practically suicide. I mean, you don't hook a Leona and you don't hook an Amumu into your team, because if you do that, they're just gonna use their abilities. I mean. And in some cases, you know, even hooking a Leona into your team might spell doom for you. I mean, if she just uses her ball on herself, ultimate, and this just Sonya's in there. So yeah, Blitzcrank still trying to get one of those hooks to land eventually. Let's hope he gets it. And the blue team pushing on in the mid lane. The purple team defending 4 people. Twisted Fate is going to join that party really soon as well. If you think about wave clear, Purple team actually does have some decent wave clear from Graves and Twisted Fate. Yeah, but Let's see. Twisted Fate using his ultimate to determine the positions of the enemy team. The enemy blue team Javan is gonna get caught. Not caught. It was deliberate. And Israel has now turned caught like it's 7 kills and no deaths. Leona getting hooked inside by Blitzcrank finally landing a hook. That was 1 kill for blue team, but Javan got chunked down dangerously low to about 300 health. So he's gonna have to go back. Or actually, they might actually go in here and take the second dragon, I believe, second dragon of this game. Yes. So the second dragon being taken again by the blue team, but purple team don't think so. They're gonna go in and try and get something out of this. Blitzcrank missing yet another hook, and this time an incredible ultimate by Oriana. 3 people on the purple team will be taken down, and I believe this is. Another kill, and that is that an ace? That's not an ace because Wukong wasn't dead. Wukong respawned. So, but still 5 kills for nothing in favor of the blue team, and blue team have done a really good job in this team fight. In these team fights, I'd rather say. I mean, there were 2 of them, and blue team coming out on top. The gold lead is now about 9,000 gold. How much is it? About 9,000 gold in favor of the blue team, or in favor of Nexus Gaming, and Nexus Gaming doing a really good job in this game. Ever since the beginning, I mean, they never really let their lead slip. They focused on the objectives. They got a lot of turrets, and they made sure that they picked up the dragons as well. So, blue team, Nexus Gaming doing a really good job so far. Clueless Gaming really doesn't know what to do at this point. I mean, if I were playing on Clueless Gaming, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably just ward the place up, the entire map up as much as I could, and try and pick off one member at a time of the blue team. I mean, but I'm not even sure how practical is that because. It's really difficult right now for Clueless Gaming to do anything because their carries aren't really fed. Graves has 2 kills and Twisted Fate has like no kills at all, so their carries aren't fed. Irelia, 2 kills, 2 deaths, so not really fed either. The only person that has any substantial amount of kills is Wukong. But we're gonna go ahead and look at the gold statistics here. 7,000 gold on all the people on the purple team, as opposed to 8,000, 11,000, 8,000, 7,000. So the gold difference is what's really coming into play. I mean, the blue team really has a lot of gold and a lot of items, a lot of completed items. I mean, if you look at the builds of the AD carries, you've got a Trinity Force completed on Ezreal along with the Blade of the Ruined King and a BF sword. He also has boots with the Furor enchantment. Berserker's Greaves with the Furor enchantment. So lots of completed items there for Ezreal. Graves though, he just has an Infinity Edge, which and a Berserker's Greaves without any enchantment. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be difficult for the purple team to pull off some sort of an upset here. Jace really doing a lot of damage with its EQ combo, chunking health down on Graves there, took off like 300 health there. So the blue team does have a lot of potential for poke. They have the Ezreal, they have Oriana poke, they have the Jace poke obviously, which is really strong poke because Jace also has had has been farming up, although he doesn't have any kills, but he's been farming up, so he has some good items. He has his mana immune, a black cleaver cooldown boots. Twisted Fate using his ultimate just to see what the blue team is up to, not gonna be teleporting anywhere. So that's a strategic advantage of having a Twisted Fate in your team because you can always find out what your enemy team's up to. I mean, not always. I mean, as long as he has that ultimate of his, he can figure out where the enemy team is. The purple team now making its way over towards the Baron. Over towards Baron Nashor. Not quite sure if they intend to take it or just ward it, and they're just gonna settle for warding it. Ezreal is over at the bot lane. He's gonna make his way back now. Leona and Jace will catch Blitzcrank there. Blitzcrank does have his flash. He could have flashed out of there, but it was just way too much damage, so couldn't do much. And I think this will be cue for the blue team to go in for Baron. Let's see what happens here. Baron's doing a lot of damage to these people in the blue team. I mean, Jace and Javan both got chunked down by him. I think they just want to push on the mid lane. So things going down for the blue team to push the mid lane and get that inhibitor, but they seem to have changed their minds and they're just gonna go in for that Baron buff instead. Baron with the Santa hat trying his best to keep these members of the blue team away from him, but it's gonna be to no avail because the blue team is incredibly fed right now. Actually, Jarvan might. Jarvan doesn't die there. Actually, he makes it with just a slither of health left. The blue team has now killed Baron, so that's yet another plus for them. Yet another advantage. The goal lead is now almost 11,000 gold. It is 11,000 gold at 27 minutes. That's a huge lead, guys. I mean, it's a massive lead, and it's gonna be really difficult for the purple team to make its way back from this because the purple team, I mean, they're just so scared. I mean, Graves, as you can see, the Graves here in the mid lane, he pushed the turret. I mean, he pushed the wave. Could have gone ahead and landed a few shots on the blue team's mid turret, but he didn't because they're just so scared right now of getting killed again. A lot of nice words are being placed here by the blue team. They're doing some really nice warding. I mean, for that Baron buff, they placed a total of 6 wards, I believe, and they did a really good job at making sure that they got that Baron buff safely. And another dragon for the blue team. This will be the third dragon as opposed to the purple team, who has picked up no dragons so far. So the game really one-sided at this point. But you can never say, you can never really predict what's going to happen unless there's at least an inhibitor down. But this game more or less looks really strongly in favor of the blue team right now. Irelia almost getting caught there, but she'll just make it out safely. Irelia going in. Getting chunked down by that Jace EQ combo as well as other miscellaneous damage from Orianna and Jarvan. Mid turret has been destroyed and bottom lane turret has been destroyed as well, inhibitor turrets, and that was an incredible ultimate from Graves, but Orianna doing a good job at using her Zhonya's hourglass. Twisted Fate has died here, Wukong has died as well, no casualties on the blue team so far, and this will be another kill for the blue team. The fourth kill again for the blue team. So the blue team has won that team fight 4-0, and I believe this is gonna be GG. This is gonna be the end of the game. Blue team just chunking down those Nexus turrets. Nexus turrets putting up a small fight with their lasers, but not gonna be able to amount to much. Oh my god, that damage from Ezreal and Orianna, that was just too much. Nexus Gaming with the victory at an 18,000, 19,000 goal advantage. An amazing job done by the members of the Nexus Gaming team. Clueless Gaming just didn't have any idea what to do in that game. I mean, initially they did play well, but then the game just snowballed in favor of the blue team, and all credit goes to the members of the blue team, especially Ezreal, Orianna with her amazing ultimates in that game. Really good job by each and every member. Leona with those amazing initiates. So really a great job by all members of the Nexus Gaming team. And that will be a wrap, folks. Hope you enjoyed the game.